Hello, welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. Time for our NHL 3-pack for Ramon Scott. You'll find his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's bring him in right now as we close out the regular season from the NHL. Ramon, what's going on? We're just right now trickling in some of the Eastern Conference playoff matchups here for Saturday.
Yeah, we've seen some of those matchups, Tony, for the early action on Saturday. Still might be waiting for a few lines, but Islanders and Canes, Leafs and Bruins, Lightning and Panthers, Caps and Rangers. We'll have the West set tonight. We wrap up with these 6 games. We know the teams, Tony. We just don't know a couple of the matchups. We know the Avs are going to take on the Jets, and just a little bit of with action with the Kings. We're going to see late night. Vegas has a pretty easy matchup, but nothing looks certain, Tony, the way these last 3 or 4 nights have gone in the NHL. LA trying, battle a little bit of battle here to get to third place here for the Kings. They are the number 2 wild card, but could pass Vegas. Vegas plays on Thursday night, however, with a pretty easy matchup against Anaheim, but who knows?
Who knows? But I can tell you, I think the Kings wouldn't mind missing the Oilers. They've been knocked out by the Oilers in recent seasons. They've not had good luck there. All right, here we go with our 3-pack. We begin here with Kraken and Wild. Wild $1.48, total of 6.
Yeah, don't give away the script, Tony. You know what I'm talking. You know what's going on as well as anybody. So let's take a look at this one with Minnesota and Seattle. Yeah, a little bit tough here for these two, but good news today, Tony. Really, just almost breaking news. Yeah, it's been a few hours, but I wasn't sure. I heard the news earlier today, but look, I think everybody's excited to have another year of Fleury, especially Wild fans. Yeah, they're disappointed things didn't work out. Maybe Fleury wasn't. Maybe he is getting to that point in his career, but I don't know. If I'm looking for a goalie and I need to get back to the playoffs for 1 year, I don't mind having Marc-Andre Fleury. He will return. He may get this start, Tony. I imagine he will get this start. This was talked about as a possible send-off for Fleury. Would he go somewhere for another year? Would he retire? But Fleury will be back with the Wild for 1 more year on a contract next year. So good news, and I think he'll play in this one. It could be Joey Daccord here. Seattle's been alternating goaltenders pretty much every year. Man, Daccord's been in 49 games. If he's in there, this will be number 50. Seattle's lost 4 straight, outscored 14-6. Minnesota beat up on San Jose 6-2. They beat the Kings 3-1. They beat Minnesota 3-0. And that one was Minnesota beat Seattle, Tony, 3-0 earlier this season, 6-2, the all-time series. I'm going to go that Minnesota goes out here with a pretty strong performance. I think Fleury will probably be in there. I think the fans are going to show their appreciation for his return, and I think they'll win it on the puck line here on the season finale Thursday.
All right, Ramon Scott, click the link below for his best bets, Kraken and Wild. He likes Wild puck line, lay the goal in half here at plus the 164. All right, guys, be sure to click that link in the description. And Ramon's premium picks, use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. All right, let's continue on as we're getting ready here for the next game here on the board as we'll go looking at the Sharks and the Flames here. And here it is. Sharks, Flames going head-to-head. Flames 265, total of 6.
Yeah, well, I got 2 more that aren't going anywhere here, Tony, but there's only 6 games, and a couple of them only had some real significance. But maybe I have a little bit of an advantage here in this one. I'm going to look to take the over. I'm interested to see what San Jose does in goal here. Romanov came in. He's the AHL goalie, and he played in that 9-2 blowout. And I imagine that Romanov, now Cooley's been talked about. Cooley's on a couple of the sites, but there has been talk of Romanov in goal here for San Jose. Now, Romanov does not have any NHL starts. Cooley does have a couple of wins at a 4.36 ERA, but San Jose, I think we might see Romanov in his first NHL start. He looked interesting in that game. His numbers in the AHL were okay, but that's nothing to crow about. for the series. Calgary lost 6-3 in this one back on February 15th. Maybe they could remember that now that they're looking for something to play for. Markstrom looks like he just wants to get the season over with. Tony went 3-8 down the stretch. Uh, with a 3.5 goals against. I don't think that's what Calgary was looking for at all. We know San Jose's terrible offensively, Tony, but I don't know. I mean, Eklund, Zetterlund, they've been looking good the last couple of last couple of weeks, actually, for those guys, even though this team doesn't score any goals. We know that, and they allow 4 goals a game. They're going to finish last, Tony, in goals against. I'll take the over 6 with San Jose and Calgary.
All right, Ramon Scott here. Get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description. Sharks Flames over 6. All right, let's continue on here. Getting ready here for the next game here on the board. As we will close out this card, we'll close out this regular season with the Ducks and Golden. We won't do the Ducks and Golden Knights. We're going to close it out here with this next game here. Whoop, I got ahead of myself here. We'll close it out with the Blackhawks and Kings. Blackhawks and Kings going head to head here. Kings 360, total of 6.
Yeah, shouldn't have talked about it, Tony. I got you. What you said, right? I mean, what do the Kings want to do here, right? Are they in a little bit of a tank mode for one game? I don't know, but they might have one eye on the scoreboard and then one eye just waiting for the playoffs to start. I don't think the interest is in there with playing Chicago. Look, we've seen a couple of these long shots even come here and win. Over the last couple of nights. I've already seen it. Talk about that other game, Tony. I've already seen it looks like Arizona's taking money. We saw Edmonton get lit up at home last night. Maybe the Kings here thinking the same thing you are, Tony, that maybe you just can try to get that other matchup, stay away from the Oil. We know Chicago, they're last in scoring, but I look at this as the style of play that's going to take place. There's no way I can't give any trends, Tony. The Kings are a massive under team. They're one of the strongest under teams in the league, and Chicago doesn't do any scoring. But I think by the time the third period rolls around, look what's happened the last couple of nights. Some of these games have gotten a little bit out of hand with the late scoring, and this one looks like one of those type of games to me here in this one. Could be Mrazek here. For Chicago and Talbot, maybe for LA. Kings won 6-2 back in March. I've got the over with the Blackhawks and the Kings. Regular season finale on Thursday.
All right, Ramon Scott here with Blackhawks Kings going over total of 6 goals. All right, we're already got through our 3-pack here from Ramon Scott. Now it's time to turn our attention to Tony'sPicks.com here for the action on Thursday. Somewhat of a light board here on Thursday. Of course, we're going to be looking here at MLB, 5-game card. NBA takes the day off as we're getting ready for the 8-seed play-in on Friday with those two games, as well as action here on the ice. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, Tony, for the action on Thursday. Look, I know we've got a little bit of a light card. I'm glad you put that graphic up there too about the MMA. You tossed me up a softball yesterday and I missed it. 5-2 at UFC 300. They're a week off this week, appropriately in the UFC, but there's some other promotions going tomorrow night. PFL goes, but just wanted to touch on that. You'd put that nice stat up there for me. And I'm looking for winners actually, so head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Get my premium picks for Thursday. Light Major League Baseball, light NHL. Probably wrap them up all together in one pack. I'm going to be involved in the action for Thursday night. Getting ready, of course, for the Friday night play-in round as well. We'll know our final 2 teams after the action here on Wednesday night. So get ready for the NBA playoffs, Tony. Talk about the matchups. Certainly right now in the NHL, but we also have some of those matchups ready to go in the NBA as well. We know about some of them, but we know about those Friday night games now too with Chicago drubbing Atlanta, and they'll take on Miami. I'm waiting. I thought, seen some rumors of a line, but thought there'd be something by now. I don't know if you've seen much, but anyways, heading over to Tony'sPicks.com and also consider those long-term packages with me. A 3-day package would get you through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the major sports action as well. here. Oh, I guess not Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but you know what I mean. Tomorrow's light. Let's just grab the single package and then roll into the weekend, Tony.
That's
I'll
right,
get
guys.
it right here. Go ahead,
Well,
brother. That's good on a night like tonight. Hit me up at Tony'sPicks.com.
that's right. Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. I was just trying to look here at the NBA lines. Of course, the big concern here is the injury to Butler, feared to be an
Yeah.
MCL, and that's a big knock here for the Miami Heat supporters out there. So we'll keep an eye on what that situation
Uh, got
will
one
have.
note for you. I'm seeing a 2.5 at FanDuel in Arizona, and maybe it's getting hit a little bit, so maybe the prognosis will be good. I mean, Butler did walk off under his own
Yeah.
power there. He's got that Mickey Rivers limp, I think.
Yep, Kings will be about a point and a half at Pelicans. We know Zion there with that hamstring, so injury game. So we'll keep up to date. We'll have coverage on that tomorrow, and we'll have the video shot Thursday for Friday's games. So check it out, guys. So get up over Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get on board with the long-term passes. You guys can find them there over at the site, and of course. If you scroll to the bottom here, and Ramon has also postseason passes, and we're in the postseason period, so no better time to get on board with that NBA postseason premium pass, affordably priced $229, NHL postseason premium pass $199, affordably priced there as well. So get your postseason action with Ramon Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com, and then of course we can save you some money here. Well, we do the math together. It's about $430. Take 20% off. That's a pretty sizable discount, close to $90 off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Access Ramon's page. Click the link in the description. You'll land right here and go ahead and get signed up. All right, guys. That'll do it here for our NHL 3-pack. And of course, Ramon back tomorrow with more picks. Ramon, I'm Tony T. We'll talk to you guys later.